Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill, and man, oh man, do I have a treat for you today. Again, Katie O'Neill coming to you live from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in very sunny, very beautiful Fredrick, Colorado. Jody, come on in, take a look. I mean, rarely do you have a nice young lady invite you into the loo on a Tuesday morning, but I wanted to show you, like, if you are using the facilities, look at how much room you have in here. This is super cool, and you can be ultra efficient if you want to use the business facilities and brush your teeth at the same time. The sink's right here. No, but in all seriousness, this is a really cool bathroom. Really nice medicine cabinet. You've got an opening window that you can open completely. You can also open this not only completely, but you can put the day shade like most of the way up and have some ventable space. You've got a nice mirror here as well. Great sink area. Plenty of room, as I mentioned earlier, to use the office. But more importantly, pop that flying W over here and you've got 24 inches by 30 inches of usable shower space. And this is a ton of room. So for anybody who is used to a small bathroom in a Class B van, that's not what this is. In this, with this 2025 Winnebago EKKO on the Ford Transit chassis, you have so much room in the bathroom. It's fantastic. So today we're gonna start from the inside out, as I usually do. So we're gonna come on back to this bedroom here. And one of the things I want to talk about in this bedroom is, first and foremost, I've got it nice and darkened up in here. So as you can see, very, very comfortable, nice darkened space. In the 22A, which is what we're looking at today, there's also a 23B on a Mercedes-Benz chassis. On the 22A, when you don't have the pop top, you've got your air conditioner here in the bedroom. And you have these nice opening windows. So as you can imagine, if you're a person who likes to have it cool when you're sleeping, this is gonna be your cave. And then on top of it, one of my favorite features is when you open this window, you can open it all the way. You could have it set up really high, and then you could put either your day shade or your night shade up, so you could have all of that air circulating in your room. Now, on both sides here, you've got the ability to open them, but another feature that's worth mentioning is on this emergency exit window, and actually all of the windows throughout, there's a nice setting here where you can go right one past open, right here, and close this, and when you do, your window is locked in an open position. So even though the window is locked, you're also in a position where you're still getting that ventilation, that's still getting that fresh air. So you could leave that way while you're out camping for the day. Now I wanted to mention some differences and some similarities in the chassis. So I did take some notes. One of them is going to be that this bed system is just slightly shorter. So this is a 32 by 76 inch bed. It's the same on both sides. In the Mercedes-Benz chassis, it's going to be about 4 inches longer, so a 32 by 80. So if that's important to you, if you're 6'6" or something like that and you need a little extra room, feel free to get that Mercedes chassis. But very honestly, this Frailer mattress is super comfortable. It's got plenty of room. You can either keep this in place or you can put it down. If you have puppies or dogs, you could take both of these out and have a place for your dog to sleep up here in the bedroom area with you, which I think is super nice. Both were gonna have great storage up here. It is carpet lined, so it won't make those rattles. You also have some really nice lights here. As you can see, you've got the blue light or the white light. So if you're looking for something maybe a little less bright in your room when you're trying to get ready for bed, that's a great way to keep your screen time down a little bit, but still being able to see. Up here in the right-hand side, you'll see we've got two 110 outlets as well as a cable outlet. So for those of you that do want to mount a television in here, it's quite the popular thing to do. It's already kind of set up for you. And then also in the EKKO, one of my favorite things isn't just the rear storage, but also the underbed storage. So on both sides here, you're gonna find not only your drawer storage, but also hanging racks. And there's the curtain that you would put up in the front. And then over here, this is just a little bit deeper. And there's all of your extra supplies. It comes with a 10-foot long gravity hose, I think I would probably get a little bit better one. I think just that was a little bit longer. I like the Gorilla kind myself that has the clear elbows, but all the stuff that you need is really included in your purchase by Winnebago. So it's pretty nice there. I did want to just show underneath what this mattress looks like. So as you can imagine, this is very comfortable to sleep on. And then underneath this portion of the mattress, the white portion, is what's called a cool wicking mattress. So it actually will help to keep you cool while you're sleeping at night. So not only do you have all that great ventilation, the air conditioner in your bedroom, but also you've got that cool wicking mattress. So here you see your controls for your Truma system. It's going to be responsible for giving you tankless hot water. Now you do have a 50-gallon freshwater capacity in this coach, and this is the Truma Plus, and then your gray water tank is 51 gallons. So that's a really nice feature. Of course, it's got a 5-gallon cassette toilet, but then again, you have all of your controls for your heat and air conditioning right here next to the bed, so you don't have to get up and go to the front of the coach. On the Mercedes-Benz chassis, the refrigerator's on the port side. It's on the starboard side here, but it will be the same 5.3 cubic foot refrigerator. And please take note, one of the things that's so nice about this Norcold is, first of all, it doesn't matter if it's a little tipped, it'll still work. So it's not one of those ones that shuts off if it's at an angle or at a different degree, which is awesome, because if you're just stopped on the roadside, during the day trying to eat, or trying to go hiking, maybe your coach isn't parked levelly because you're not sleeping in it at that point in time, your refrigerator will still keep all of your lunch meat and all of your beverages cool. So we love that. Also, the fact that it has that separate freezer compartment is pretty nice. All of your circuit breakers are really easy to get to, and then you have a ton of storage space in this coach. So again, for those of you that are used to this really compact side, keep in mind this is a 23-foot long RV. The Mercedes is 24.6, so this is by far our shortest offering in such a, how shall I say, I was going to say dexterous, but that's not the word I'm looking for. In such a very useful execution of RV though, this is by far the shortest coach that we have. It's got a ton of storage capacity, both inside and outside. It comes with a microwave, the 2-burner stove. I can't wait to show you the propane. It's really fantastic. A really nice pantry area with completely adjustable shelves all the way up and down. And then also a ton of drawer storage as well. So big drawer storage. And this is the coolest thing about this coach, I think. It's all-wheel drive. I mean, how awesome is that? We are always hearing people asking for all-wheel drive RVs, and this is one of those all-wheel drive RVs. Now, you do have your cutting board here on the back, and I wanted to show you right here, you have a product number. That product number is something where if, for instance, maybe Fido got a hold of your cutting board and decided to use it as a chew toy, you could just go ahead and give that product number to the people at Winnebago, and they would replace that for you. There are part numbers on every single component in this coach. So you could have your doors replaced, countertops replaced, cushions replaced, whatever it is, there's a part number, and Winnebago can manufacture that for you. And on the note of manufacturing, Winnebago manufactures about 75% of this coach. Now, they don't manufacture things like this, which is like your spray and pour faucet, but they do manufacture things like your countertops, your sink covers, and they also manufacture a lot of the components that go in that you see with this black e-coating. And what's nice about that is your e-coating system is actually taking all of your steel pieces, and instead of spray painting them with a weather-resistant paint, they're actually dipped into a very large 10 system vat that submerges them and actually molecularly adheres that paint and coats that product, so you have much less rust perforation or much less rust exposure in your RV. So little pieces like this, like you'll see that they're all over the coach, but they're manufactured at Winnebago. Really makes a big difference. Again, another carpet-lined storage cabinet. Again, so much storage in this coach. Another one of these windows that opens completely with that lockable mechanism. Now, as you'll see here, we also, so this is all done by Stitchworks, which is the people at Winnebago that sew all of our furniture for us. But as you can see, these are really nice 3-point seat belts twice, and then 2 in the front. This coach sleeps 4 people. if you have the pop top and 2 without. The available pop top is pretty cool if you ask me, but I've got a lot of people who aren't interested in pop tops. On that note, we have, I think, 76 of these coming in the next few weeks. Oh, I hate to have to go down underneath to look at how to do this. There it is. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is with the table down, and as you can see, a little tight here on the legs, but if you had 2 kids here, you could really have 2 people in seatbelts on the road trip with, you know, the window out the, you know, out the side, so you're not going to get car sick. You also have the TV if you wanted to pop in, like, you know, How to Train Your Dragon. The Blu-ray player is up to the right, and the sound bar, of course, is something that you can sync not only to the television, but also to your phone. So this is a great area for people who have, when you want a road trip, get out there with their children, get out there and see the world. But what's also nice about this is you can turn this table or this chair around, put this cushion in place, and you would actually be able to have a meal with 3 people here and potentially another one here. This is a removable table. It's designed to be able to give you extra counter space if you're cooking, or to give you a place where you could work on your computer if you're working from the road. So a lot of functionality there as well. And then up here on the right hand side, you'll see where we have our solar. And the solar on each one of these coaches is going to be a little bit different. So I did write this one down. 2 170 watt panels on top of this coach, along with another 150 watt solar panel, for a total of 455 watts of solar. That is a lot of solar on top of this coach. If you get the pop top, you're going to go down to about 220 watts of solar. But so this is where you can see all of your stuff. You can start your generator here, just with a start-stop feature. You can also set you can check your battery, your coach battery. And then also you have your tank level monitoring right here. So you can monitor your tank, see how much gray and fresh you have. And then also right here, you can turn on and off your water pump. So everything conveniently located right inside of the door. Your Xantrex inverter is going to be the same on both of the Mercedes-Benz and on the Ford Transit chassis. I would say the big change is the fuel capacity on this coach is 31 gallons in the Ford EcoBoost. And then one of the things that I also found really surprising was that on the Ford EcoBoost, so the Mercedes-Benz is a 4-cylinder, the Ford EcoBoost is the 3500. The Ford EcoBoost actually has 400 foot-pounds of torque. So I know when you see those muscly German cars, you always think, oh, those are the fast ones, but the Mercedes has 332 foot-pounds of torque. Another benefit is this coach has 310 horsepower, where the Mercedes has 211 horsepower. Now, why do these things matter? Well, first and foremost, if you're looking at horsepower, that's going to be acceleration. So if you're a long distance traveler who's spending more time on the freeway, less time off-road, this is going to be a much more comfortable and also a faster drive at highway speeds. The low-end torque is going to be good for you at altitude. So when you're going up in the mountains, both coaches will have a 5,000 pound towing capacity, but you'll have a little more grunt to get up and over those big hills. But most importantly, the benefit of having a gas engine like you have here in the Ford Transit isn't just the fact that this is a shorter coach overall. It's that you don't have to worry about your fuel freezing. And because this is the most weatherproof coach Winnebago makes, if you're using this to go to the mountain and you want to get, first chair and it's going to be -2 overnight, it's really nice to know that when you get up and you're ready to hit the road after you hit those runs, if you're in the middle of a deep freeze, you're still going to be able to start your coach, because diesel freezes and gas does not. So just something to make sure we make mention of. Another feature on this coach that I'm absolutely in love with, I really think that there should be just a movement overall to make this the standard metal grate on the inside of your screen. If you have pets, if you have kids, if you have a husband that kicks the door when he opens it, whatever it may be, this is going to stay nice and undamaged throughout the life of your coach. And what you can do is you can actually lock the deadbolt here. So you can see nice sturdy lock. And then I can also lock this here, so I can lock the screen slide, and I can leave my door open at night. Again, fresh air, ventilation is such a big deal in a little coach like this, but to be able to have a locked metal screen door is a huge safety feature and also convenience for anybody who's out there. Now you'll note that we have our awning out. The awning controls are right here. It's important to understand, if you don't have your emergency brake deployed, your awning will not go out or in. So you have to make sure you've got your emergency brake on, and as you can see, you've got your touch controls right here. It is lighted as well, so we've got the awning light on, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that as we come out. And then just down below, when you are on your way out, you'll see where we turn the coach on and off, all of our light controls, and then also you can see we also have below all of those coach switches, the fire extinguisher as well. So like I said, Winnebago does a great job at making sure that this coach is provisioned and safe for you. Please, if you do buy a used coach from someone, make sure you check the expiration date on your fire extinguisher. It would be really unfortunate to need it and have it be expired and maybe not work correctly. So as you can see, I mentioned earlier, we have these awning lights out. This is the same awning you'll have on both coaches. It does have a bounce sensor, so if it's windy, it will retract automatically. Before I close this though, I want to show you the thickness of this door, the thickness of that garage or that basement door. This same thickness is the thickness that you're going to have throughout your coach for insulative properties. So this is a really, really nice feature. And from what I hear, if you go to Forest City, Iowa, you'll find a lot of this material, this foam core that they have. They take the pieces that aren't being used, and apparently all the people who work for Winnebago have their garage door or their garages clad in this foam core for the insulative property, which is pretty complimentary. So this air pocket floor is about this thick, and it's just like your coffee cup. It's an air pocket designed to keep that cold out, to keep it warm in here. You'll see right here we've got a nice quick connect for an outdoor shower on this side. It's kind of like having a pot filler for your patio area in your campground. Just cool to have water right there at your disposal. And then one of the things that they changed after they first launched this product is when you close these latches, there's actually a little point where it stops, and then you know that you're completely closed. So that's a nice feature. Also outside, you've got two weatherproof 110 outlets. And as well, you have the USB port and your cable jack as well. So if you're gonna be watching the game out here, you can go ahead and get your TV logged in. This is with the graphics delete and the Juniper interior. There really aren't a lot of choices you can choose. If you did the Juniper exterior with the graphics, they'd be green, and you get this green K. If you delete the graphics in Juniper, it's green. If you have the other interior, it would be orange, and this K would be orange, but very, very much like an Epcot type of sticker assembly if you'd like to have it on there. I do really like this clean look myself. And then we're gonna go ahead and open the Truma system. Again, this is your tankless hot water heater. Please keep note that there are two on positions. So there's on up, and there's on down, and there's off in the middle. A lot of times people think they've turned it off and they push all the way down, and they've actually left their Truma running. So just keep in mind that that center position is where you actually would turn that off. And this is that cool propane system I wanted to talk to you about earlier. I love the fact that you have this set up. So what's so nice about this is you don't have to go to a propane filling station to get these filled. You can go to Home Depot and pick up one or two and then just recycle them. So if you're in a camp situation where maybe you've got that perfect spot and you don't really want to move your coach and you just want to have somebody, like a friend, bring up a few extra containers of propane for you, they can do that, swap them out, send them home with the blanks, and there they are, good to recycle. Another nice feature though of this system is that you have a quick connect here. So even when you have this door closed, you still have access to your propane right here inside or outside of your camping area. Once again, if you're going to be using, for instance, one of those little camp fireplaces. I know we have an outdoor fire pit that we use here in Colorado. There's a lot of burn bans. It's just really nice to have access to that right there where you're going to be setting up. And then I wanted to show this to you. This is that open feature that I showed you where we locked the window open. As you can see, it's just a little bit open, but it's really, really impossible to move these double pane windows. So it's a really cool feature that you can leave these open during the day and have some fresh air circulating. Now this Molly panel, man, another just game changer for Winnebago. Anyone have a carabiner, you want to hang out your barbecue supplies, maybe your bicycle helmets, your gloves, whatever you want to do to keep it off the floor of this huge basement area, all you got to do is hang it right there. And it's even magnetic, so you could use a strong magnet as well. Another nice aspect of this garage area, again, there's that insulated floor track, but you also have these nice little adjustable D-rings. You can put them anywhere here, anywhere here, anywhere here, or here. So you've got 4 different channels to operate with in this basement area. It does come standard with the floor mat, but as you can see, a lot of room for anybody who has an e-bike. Can't leave those outside anymore. People will go and cut your lock. I don't care what kind of lock you have. They will cut it and steal your $4,000 bicycle. You can store it right inside of your coach while you're, out for the day hiking, maybe if you're not biking. It's a great feature. Also, as you can see, you've got 110 outlets on both sides, as well as those 12 volts. If you're going to pump up your paddle board, you've got plenty of room in this gear garage for your paddle boards. And it is also a heated area. So if you've got stuff back there that you don't want to freeze, a lot of these higher end, handmade bike tires and things along those lines have a certain threshold for cold. You can keep them here and have them safe so that you don't damage them while you're parked and maybe doing something else for the day. So as you can see, 3 access points to this garage make it very, very easy to load things in and out. You've got a ton of room to be able to take, a chair in, take your paddle boards in if you've got your lawn chair situated somewhere. And then another nice feature of this coach is you've got this nice little shelf that differentiates where things are. So if you've got a few things that you want to line up in the back, for instance, some lawn chairs that you can just slide in and out, they're not going to be jumbled up with everything else on the floor. So super cool design. And again, there's more of that e-coated product that we find throughout this coach. You just find this everywhere, but if you can imagine, this is stuff that's probably going to get a little bit wet. It's probably going to have, a little bit of moisture in there from time to time. So it's just nice to know that they've already provisioned for rust perforation here. Now we do have the optional batwing awning here. This comes all the way out and attaches right here next to the ladder. And it is so I'm cheating, so I'm pretty short. I'm wearing probably 4-inch heels today. Hiking boots with heels, go figure. But so if you're about 6'2", 6'3", you'll still fit pretty comfortably underneath this awning. And it comes all the way out, and you can actually make a room out of it. But more importantly, if you wanted to just keep things from getting drizzled on and that nice, morning dew that you get when you're out camping, keep your bikes dry, keep your wood dry, keep your lawn chairs dry. You can put everything outside underneath this nice batwing awning. It's something I would not do without. I think it's pretty fantastic. Now, I mentioned earlier, you got your gray tank is going to be 51 gallons and your fresh tank water is 50. What's very cool about this is you can use a gravity fill for this. So if you are out camping and you don't have a fresh water source that you're using to plug into, you can use gravity fill to fill your tanks. And also what's really nice about this is you can see it has all of your setups right here. So for dry camping, power fill tank, city water, to winterize your coach or to siphon. Everything is very clearly labeled with these little dials that just tells you which position to have them in. And then you've got satellite and cable inlets right here. Of course, we've got party side in the front, business in the back. But if you want to get that cable, as I mentioned, or your satellite over to the other side of your coach, you've got that cable outlet that is built in across the other side without having to drag something out and underneath the RV. Another nice feature here, the fact that they give you a place to hang your towels, maybe a set of gloves. So pretty cool that they think about this. And also a nice light overhead so that you can see what you're doing even in the dark. As we all know, if you've been driving all day, sometimes you get to your camp a little late. Now you'll notice there's these little bumpy things in the back here. This is part of your blind spot assist. So we are going to go over a lot of chassis information today when we get to the front. You know, I've got a dozen videos out there on EKKOs. I've got one that's comparison against both pop tops, Mercedes and Transit, and then Transit versus Mercedes without pop tops. I mean, I've got a ton of comparison videos, but today I want to focus on what is neat about this chassis. And one of the things that's cool about this chassis is if you are somebody who's a cautious driver and this feels a little big compared to, you know, your Camry or whatever else it is that you own, that you operate, all of these features incorporated into this Ford Transit chassis will give you a very car-like driving experience. And things like this blind spot assist, your lane tracking package, your adaptive cruise control, your automatic high beam control will make you feel very comfortable driving this coach both at night and during the day in the mountains or in the desert, wherever you happen to be. So 30 amp, as I mentioned right here, for your air conditioner, and also a additional aspect or input for your solar array. So if you are parked under a tree and you're not making use of the panels on top of your coach, you can plug a solar array out here to charge your batteries. Now on that note, there's a few different ways to charge your batteries here. So first and foremost, we've got a 320 amp hour lithium-ion battery in here. As you can see, there's enough room to add a second lithium-ion battery, which would give you 640 amp hours of battery. But if you order it from the factory with both batteries, you don't get this very cool Onan quiet gas generator. This 2800i is a fantastic little generator. And what's so nice about this is, you know, life is just not predictable. Sometimes that camp spot that you thought you reserved that gave you the perfect window of sun isn't available. Sometimes you can't get a 30 amp site. Sometimes you just have to deal with what you get. And if you're in a place where you need to be able to charge your coach, or maybe you want to leave a pet in your coach over a longer period of time and know that you're going to have enough juice in your air conditioner to keep going throughout the entire day, you can run that generator. So I think it's a really good idea to get the generator. Don't get me wrong, if you want to get the second battery, you can have it installed at the dealership. It's something that Winnebago endorses. It's just for the weight capacity, the way that this coach weighs out. It includes either enough room for a battery in the generator or for 2 batteries, but you can't add all 3 components. It would change the weight rating of the coach. Doesn't make it bad, it just means that they have to be able to do one or the other to keep that weight rating consistent. So as you can see, these just drop down and close up, very easy to get to. This little whale pump down here is the pump that comes out from underneath your shower. Again, just great design by Winnebago, very easily accessible in case it gets clogged up and you need to work on it. It's easy to get to. And then back here is one of the coolest features that we're finding in pretty much most of the segment these days. We have this really cool 5-gallon waste container. And what's so nice about this is one of the things that makes you go home early while camping, and I can tell you this from experience, is the sewage in your RV. I have a 40-gallon Blackwater tank in my Superstar. It just smells weird. And yeah, you can put more pods in there and try to make it smell better. It's really kind of gross. This is so cool to be able to just to take your waste, throw it in the trunk of your car, go dump it somewhere and come back and start over fresh. I love that. Not to mention that if you're on the road and you're using your coach to get cross country, how nice is it to have a potty where you don't have to go into a rest stop, but when it gets full, you can go into a rest stop to evacuate it. It's pretty awesome. So this is the window in the bathroom. This is the window in the living room. This is the gas tank door. So that's where you will fill up. And then as you can see here, the threshold to get into this coach is really very low. So very easy access point here. And I just want to cover again some of these things. You've got automatic headlights, you've got great steering wheel controls, you've got your lane tracking package right here, you've got adaptive cruise control, you've got a Ford app that will tell you the health of your vehicle when it needs to come in for service, you've got voice control, you've got adaptive cruise control. I think I already said that, that's twice, but I really like that apparently. So we'll just keep talking about it. The 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 is, again, super powerful engine. And then let's just go through, there's a whole laundry list of things here. This is why I write things down. Apple CarPlay. Hello, Android Auto. Hello, both. That app is called Ford Pass. It's a Connect app. Again, that will tell you everything about your car. You can start it. You can remote start it. You can lock it, unlock it. You can check and make sure that you know where its location is. Very cool feature there. You've got lumbar support, airbags. You've got passenger and driver airbags. For those of you who don't know this, the big RVs like my Superstar, it's on an M2106 truck chassis. It does not have airbags, so it's nice. This coach does come with airbags. Traffic sign recognition. How cool is that? So if you're in a construction zone and you're driving and it's showing you on your navigation what your speed limit is, it's actually going to be correct because it's going to be reading the traffic sign as you drive by it. So if you're in a traffic zone that is usually 75 and maybe it's dropped down to 40 because it's under construction, you don't have to worry about having Johnny pull up behind you with his blue lights on. So we like that. Power mirrors are not only heated, but if you can see over here, you can see where that blind spot is in that mirror. You might have to go to the outside, Jody, to show that little symbol. Can you see it? He's like, I got this, I got this. Pre-collision assist. So in other words, let's say that you're driving and you don't notice the person slamming on their brakes in front of you. This coach will actually assist you in stopping. It won't guarantee you that you don't hit the vehicle in front of you, but it'll get that braking mechanism working in advance. And it will also give you an alert telling you, hey, you better look up, you're about to run into somebody. So that's pretty cool. Automatic rain sensing wipers. Hello. How many of us are like, you know, if we have to set our wipers to high, medium, and low now, we're like, that is so droll. We don't do that. We have rain sensors. Well, now your RV has rain sensors as well. A tire pressure monitoring system. I mean, doesn't that make you feel better? How many times have you had a nail in your tire in your passenger car, and maybe it doesn't look flat, but it's actually losing a little bit of air, and you know to go and get it patched because your tire pressure monitoring system is telling you that before you get to the place where you're going, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck. Same thing goes here. The only difference is if you get stuck in the forest with a flat tire, it's a lot more, brain damage to get it fixed. So having that TPMS system is absolutely huge. Push button start. Of course, no need to mention that. That's just nice to have. You gotta have your foot on the brake. As you can also see here, the vehicle's on, driver's door is open. You've got this nice digital display, shows you the speed limit. You got your tachometer, your speedometer all right here, and then you also are going to have digital displays of your actual speed as well. And then, as I mentioned, this Connect app is pretty fantastic. One of the things I think that we've learned in recent years too is that by having, do you mind if I I'm going to close the door, Jody, and put the window down and see if we can get this to work. I want to show reverse. Oh, it's probably really mad that my awning is out. I don't need to do that. There we go. Longmont, phone list. There we go. So take a look at this camera. So when I put this camera on, what you're going to see is that we have such a better ability to actually see behind us. Does it not think I'm really going to go? Oh, I'm in neutral. There it goes. All right, so take a look at how much we can see. So we've got parking sensors in the front, parking sensors in the back, and look at that wide angle. For those of us that have been driving like these Navions and these Mercedes, everyone knows the camera systems have always been pretty crap. This is so nice and so clear and so easy to see around you. So all of these little things that you see, like this nicely integrated map, having Apple CarPlay. Again, there's your digital display. This will show now that the door is not ajar. How many miles you have left in your gas tank. All of these little things that you have in this Ford Transit make this probably the most car-like RV that you can purchase on the open market. And again, I think I've got like 73 of them coming in. But I really wanted to talk about this aspect of it because I think a lot of the people that are out there that are thinking they need a B van are thinking that because they're afraid of getting into this C segment. But this is definitely the least challenging way to get into the C segment. This is going to be something where you're gonna have such a car-like experience, but then you get all the benefits that you don't have in a B van, like all of that outdoor storage, the separate sleeping accommodations, the huge shower and wash facility, the bigger refrigerator. All of those things are available to you in this Ford Transit chassis. And I'm gonna leave it on right now because I think the fact that it's on is really impressive. Also, cup holders, Jody, if you wanna just show, because I think that this is something we struggle with. Center cup holders, and look at this gigantic, you've got a water bottle right there. You can keep your water bottle in there. Another cup holder up here if you wanna keep a pop there, maybe your coffee cup. But if you've got, you know, how many times do you get up in the morning and you're hitting the road and you've got a cup of coffee and you need a bottle of water because you're gonna drive for 6 hours? You can put all of that in here. So super, super nice. Alloy wheels, really good looking coach. This one also has the luggage rack up on top. Bi-xenon headlights, so super bright, easy to see at night. This particular coach is stock number 5N241571. Again, 5N241571. We've got a bunch of different ones. They're all a little bit different. Maybe some have graphics, maybe some have the Verde interior instead of the Juniper. Whatever you're looking for, I probably have 4 of them, so let me know how many you'd like to buy. Give me a call. My name's Katie. I'm at 303-562-8659. Like I said, if you've been thinking B-van, but you want a little more space, this little C is right for you. Let me know how I get you on the road camping.